Hello friends, my name is Praveen Pandey and I am teacher in Drishti IAS for Sociology Optional. Today we have a special session, how to prepare sociology, and one more important thing, why should you choose sociology as your option subject? Well, there are so many issues, queries from side of the students. I would like to take most of those queries and in that way to answer you, so that it becomes easier for you to choose your option and most importantly sociology. First thing is related to the popularity of the subject, and there is no doubt sociology has been a popular subject right from the beginning. I mean during 1980s, 1990s, and even in 21st century, and right now is highly popular subject. Today you could see in this year's result, in top 5, the 2 students with sociology optional. Last year in top 20, there were 6 students with a subject, and that was highest. So there is no doubt it's a popular subject. As far as its success rate is concerned, so in regard to success rate also we find it's one of the best, and particularly in humanities it is in fact best. If I provide you some information, the one that is put on the UPSC website, you easily get it, like so let's start with 2 years analysis. In this we have option subjects and number of candidates who appeared with that specific subject, and apart from that number of candidates recommended, so that we can easily find out the success rate, though success rate is already provided. We are going to take a few important subjects which are popular in terms of number of candidates appearing, like anthropology, and number of candidates appeared was 797 in 2018, and selected ones were 65. Ultimately, the success rate is 8.2%. Well, next one is geography. I think it had highest number of candidates who appeared with the subject, and total number of recommended candidates were 101. Success rate 5.1. Next one is history. Appeared candidates 848, recommended ones 52, and success rate is 6.1. In geography it was 5.1, in history it is 6.1. Next, just forget about these literature. Next is yes, PSIR. It was 1317 appeared and 105 recommended. Success rate 8%. Now sociology. You can take even public administration. Public administration, 726 candidates appeared and 67 recommended. So finally success rate was 9.2%. And in sociology, 1072 appeared, 107 cleared this examination finally. There were successful candidates, and 10% was a success rate, and so far the subjects we have taken, it is showing highest success rate, 10%. Well, now let's take the figures from 2019. Here we have anthropology. Number of candidates increased, and even recommended one also increased. It's 10. So 1189 appeared and 108 recommended. Success rate finally is 9.1. Geography. So like the last year, it is 1916, 105, almost same number of candidates they got selected, and the success rate is 5.5. It was 5.1 in 2018, now it's 5.5% in 2019. In history, there is a little drop from around 800 to 751, and 51 got recommended. Success rate is 6.8%. And in PSIR, there is increase in number of appearing candidates, 1662, and 137 recommended. Finally, success rate is 8.2. I think success rate is almost same in both 2018 and 19 for PSIR. And public administration, 705 appeared and 58 selected, 8.2%. So from 9.2%, it dropped down to 8.2%. And in sociology, 1263, little increase in the appearing candidates, and 126 is the total number of successful candidates. Finally, the success rate is 10%. Success rate is 10%. So it was 10% in 2018 and 10% even in 2019. So you can see even consistency. Not only that it has highest success rate, but it is showing consistency as well. Exactly the same, 10%. So there is no doubt that it was a popular, and still it is popular subject, and good number of candidates they are getting selected. Overall success rate is best with this subject. Now, another aspect, when you have to choose sociology, why should you? Is this the only criteria for choosing? No, this cannot be. In fact, no single criteria is ever sufficient for any particular subject. So just on this basis that it's popular and it's showing the maximum success rate, rather you have to take some more issues, more criteria. So if we go into the subject matter, what exactly we find? This is what I can tell, but you can also experience the same, that it is the easiest subject to understand. It is very simple to understand. Not really like, no doubt, any humanities subject is not a rocket science, but out of those, sociology is the one that is simplest as far as understanding part is concerned. That is one thing. So when you have to, whenever you take any topic, you just go through and you find that you are on the one hand able to understand. On the other hand, when you take the questions, you find equally you are able to understand questions as well. I will not use the name of that specific subject, which is also very easy to understand, but when you go in that, I am talking about another subject without quoting the name of the same. When you go to understand its questions, and you find a lot of problems. Each and every question is highly challenging. each and every year. So it is not just that the subject is simple to understand. Another aspect what you have to take into account, whether the questions are equally easy or not. So if questions are also easy, it is a very standard criteria, and you must take this criteria on top priority. So give it number 1, right? So this is another very important aspect. Why should you choose sociology? And as I told you, you need to have experience of the same. So it is better to take a book, and most importantly, you go through NCERT book, 11th standard, right? And you can take any topic. Let's take thinkers. Just go through it, and you find you're not really finding any problem related to understanding part. So even your experience is also the one which is going to be good one. But whenever you take this one, yes, please note it down. Whenever you go for this, to take a topic for any particular subject, when you go through, another aspect is that go through the questions as well. Questions means the one which is asked by UPSC. UPSC ने जो पूछा है, right? And then decide whether this subject is really good for you or not, right? Okay, next thing is another aspect related to sociology is that it is highly conceptual. Since it's analytical subject, it's conceptual, really not factual. You won't find facts here. I mean, except a few names of the thinkers who have provided the concepts. Otherwise, it is not really based on data and multiple data. Not really. A few thinkers are there. Some thinkers are already mentioned in your syllabus. So when you go through those thinkers, you find the concepts. And when you go through the concepts, yes, it will be easier for you to memorize those thinkers. So it is again not going to be a challenge for you. It's not like one liner that this thinker has said this and you have to mug up the same. No. It's all about the concepts. In fact, about the theories. It's mostly conceptual and not factual. So even this is also not going to be a burden for you. And so also it is a good subject which could be considered for civil service examination, right? So this is another dimension. One more dimension, the one that we have to take, that is your connectivity with the subject. Sometimes students they get anxious with this part. Is it really possible for them to connect with the subject? Connectivity is the one that creates enthusiasm. It creates a deep interest in the subject. So if it is possible for you to connect with the subject, means that you are going to really create that level of deep interest which is required for understanding, for making concentration for studies, and apart from that, the one that pushes you for answer writing again and again, that pushes you for revision again and again. That's actually about the game in civil service examination, right? So this is, and as you know, sociology is about the society itself. Society means the one actually you live in. It's about your social environment. It's about your family. It's about caste system in India. It's about the classes that emerged in developed countries and the classes which are emerging in developing countries. It's about your relation with different level of people. in a formal, in informal manner. It's about the elites in the society. It's about the working class in the society. It's about the people in slum areas. So is it something that you haven't heard about? Not really. You know about all these things and somehow you are already connected. So when you have to study these things, obviously you are going to be in a good position, and it is going to create that level of interest which is required here. So this is another criteria, the one that you have to take into account. What is that? Is it really connecting you with the subject matter? And no other subject than sociology is like that. It is sociology that really connects you with your social environment. So there is no doubt about it. You can never say that this subject is boring, this subject is not my cup of tea. It is always your cup of tea. I mean, can you say that society is not something which you're not related? You can never say so. You're always connected, you're always related with the society. And in that way also, you can find out how good is this subject for civil services examination. Okay. Apart from that, one more thing. Generally what happens that whenever you go for answer writing and it is told to you that you have to write a very good introduction, you have to go for analysis, body part, analytical part, and finally you have to conclude. In sociology, generally the conclusion is about the relevance of the topic, and relevance is something that you find the application of the topic in today's society that may be related to your own experience. We've already, as for theory is concerned, you have already discussed the same. So in conclusion part, when you write the relevance of the same, that is going to be one standard conclusion, and for that you don't need to think anything extra. You just need to think at that time itself, when you study any topic, when you study the theory, how is it applicable? And for example, when we take Marxist theory of class struggle, and the one which he has particularly derived, presented very widely in capitalistic society. So whatever he has presented in capitalism, when you go and see today's capitalistic society, and in that way you compare those things with today's capitalism, the way he talked about of the exploitation of the mass, exploitation of the working class people, and in whichever mode he has presented, if you find those things are present even now, means that his theory is even today relevant. That is the meaning of it. Similarly, when you go to see division of labor, a theory presented by Emile Durkheim, in that you have completed the way he presented his theory. So actually he took two different and just opposite societies, one that is very simple and another that is very complex. He named them differently, like he called the simple one as mechanical and the complex one as organic society. So you have to go through the way he has presented. As far as organic society is concerned, so whatever he said, how people are, I mean, what is the level of division of labor? What is the role of expertise, specialization in this division of labor in this society? and when you compare and you find the way he presented a great level of specialization, expertise, and the same thing is applicable today, means that his theory is quite relevant. He has used some specific terms like moral and material density to explain the role of specialization. Moral and material density is about your interaction with the people. How many people do you interact daily for accomplishing your different tasks? Directly, indirectly. And what is the frequency of that interaction? So when it is how many people do you interact directly, indirectly, is about moral density, and the frequency part, how many times do you interact, that's material density. So that is meaning of the same. Now apply it today and you find that directly, indirectly, and mostly indirectly, you are today connected with the whole globe. There is no end to the same. There is no limit to the same. There is no count to the same. That's what he also said. So in that way you can show its relevance. So that's the way you have to present the conclusion. And this is again typically related to this subject only, not with any other subject. In any other subject, you will have to think, for each and every question you have to think what should be the conclusion, but be tension free. With this subject, there is no such requirement. In this subject, there is no requirement to think for each and every question what should be the conclusion or what should be the relevance. You have already created, you have already seen, you just need to write it down. Sometimes UPSC even directly asks the relevance of the theory. But since already you have done, you have thought and you have taken it down in a very specific way that these are points which are relevant or related to this topic or this theory, you just need to go, in the examination, just need to write it down. Just you don't need to think over or kya chahte ho. So everything is going to make your study very comfortable, and for all these reasons, definitely sociology is one of the finest subject for civil service examination. Well, sometimes people also see what is its role in general studies and essay and even interview. In general studies, the reality is that its role is there in all the 4 papers. In paper 1, definitely it's Indian society, one part, and you can take it like 1/3, but sometimes it is more than 1/3. Sometimes you find questions like 90 to 100 marker questions from Indian society itself. So its weightage is quite good in paper 1. In paper 2, social justice, that is again connected with Indian society itself, and you find some 4-5 questions from social justice as well. In paper 3, you find a lot of inputs related to internal security, and even some topics which are given in economy, particularly related to agriculture. You do it in sociology, particularly paper 2. As far as paper 4 is concerned, ethics. In ethics, there are certain topics directly related to sociology, like agents for socialization, and the one which is presented as family and school. So sociology is the only subject that can provide you proper input related to same. That is one thing. Another, among thinkers, there was a question from Max Weber related to his bureaucracy, and you've already done here. So, a kind of questions are directly there from the subject. Apart from that, and most importantly, the situation-based questions which are asked, and when you have to present your answer in a very rational and reasonable manner, sociology and its theories give you lot of inputs, lots of dimensions, and so also you will find yourself in a very great comfortable position. So in a way, we can say that in all the 4 papers, sociology is providing you inputs, and it's the only subject, once again, it's the only subject which is applicable in all the 4 GS papers. In essay, you find in both the parts, the 2 parts from which you have to pick one topic to write your essay, and both the parts, at least one topic is definitely there from the social issues from sociology, and that's the reason it is really not necessary for you to bother about essay if you have sociology option. Let me tell you one story. This year, my student Akash Garg, who got All India 5th rank, soon after the results and before the mark sheet was open, was released, he was of the view that he did so bad in essay paper, and he was thinking like in other papers he would have been good, but at least in essay paper he was not really good. The way he wrote, he was not happy, he was highly dissatisfied. But don't forget, मैंने यही कहा था, आकाश को यही कहा था कि मतलब what I know that you are a student of sociology, and a sociology student cannot do anything bad in essay paper. I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless like your mind did not work there, so that is something did not take place. You worked, you wrote it up to the level of your potential, and yes, with pretty surety, I can say that sociology student cannot do worse in this subject, in this topic, in this paper. So he was thinking about getting less than 100 marks in essay paper, but instead he got 118. I think I'll check it. I think he got 118. So the thing is that it is really helping you in everything, and of course in interview as well. There's so many questions from the social issues, and on social issues already you have a good command. You are able to answer them in a very rational manner on the basis of the inputs already there in your mind. Yes, so interview में भी आप बहुत अच्छा करने जा रहे हो. For all these reasons, sociology is definitely a good subject. In fact, I can say best in humanities. The reality is that maximum people, yes, maximum candidates, they opt humanities only, as we have taken a few of them. I have some data related to the same, and it is also related to one more thing. Sometimes you ask a question, I mean maximum students ask this question because maximum of them, they do not have their background in sociology. So they ask this question, is this subject really good for me? Even though I do not have a background in the subject. So one thing is, first of all, when I see the results, maximum of them, they did not have their background in the subject. Not only they got selected, they got very good marks in the subject, highest marks. जिसने highest marks भी लिया है, उसके आसपास जो लोग हैं, everyone is so good, in spite of the fact that they never studied sociology in their life. So in the span of their preparation, which they did for a few months or 1 year, maybe 2 years, that was suffice for the same. So there is no background required. But let me give you 2 facts provided by UPSC only, that more than 85% selected candidates, they opted humanities subjects. More than 85% selected. Suppose 1000 candidates they got selected in a year. So it means that out of them 85% means 850 candidates they opted humanities as their optional subject. What is point? And out of that 77% did not have a background, academic background in that subject. What is one? Out of those who opted humanities, 77% did not have their academic background in the same subject. So it's very obvious, like you do not really require any background in the subject. I mean, even though you do not have, if you have, it's well and good. If you do not have, so also it is not a matter to bother with. It's not problematic. You can go through and like other candidates, you can find your place. Let me give you some examples with some. I have a few. There are so many students who got selected so far, who studied sociology with me. So let me take the case of Abhinav Jain. He got rank 14. He got already rank 14 with sociology optional, and you know his background. He was IIT graduate. He did BTech from one of the IITs. Obviously, no background in the subject, and still managed to get All India 14th rank. As far as his marks are concerned, so it's about sociology marks. 146 in paper 1 and 139 in paper 2. In total, I think it's 285. And that year it was highest marks. IAS in sociology. तो कहाँ पे बैकग्राउंड काम कर रहा है? Just see, there is no background as such of this particular subject. Similarly, if I take some others like Saurabh Sharma, he got AIR 23 last year. He got 23rd rank and first attempt. It was his first attempt. He had just completed, by the time of the result, he had completed 22 years of age. So one of the youngest IAS officers is who is all deserving to become cabinet secretary. बनेगा? Well, इनके background की बात करें, so he did his BTech from IIT Delhi. In fact, when he was pursuing his graduation, that time itself he took the classes, and after completing he was underage, so he took a job. Sometimes ये भी कुछ लोग क्वेश्चन करते हैं कि मतलब is it really possible for me to do both the things together while taking a job? Can I prepare? This is a question from a few candidates. उनके लिए मैं आंसर दे रहा हूँ, and he is the best answer. मैं नहीं दे रहा हूँ, Saurabh Sharma is the best answer for those. So after completing his graduation from IIT Delhi, he took a job. He started his job in July 2022. Yes. जुलाई 2022 में he started job. He resigned from the job. It was a very good package job, and he resigned from the same in April 2023. Some around 23rd or 24th April को resign कर दिया, because within a month he had to take his prelims examination. He appeared, cleared, went for the mains, and finally he got All India 23rd rank. So if you have any doubt related to the same, is it possible for me to do both the things together, to prepare and to take a job? Yes, you can, and yes, he is the best example, right? So that's way. And as far as his marks are concerned, just see the marks: 146 and 160. Total 306. It was also one of the highest marks. Just think, yaar. One IIT graduate having no background, no idea about humanities, and is managing to get best marks, highest marks in this subject. The thing is that there is no such requirement, and we can take some other examples. Siddhant, in the same year, last year itself, but इनकी कहानी थोड़ी अलग ही है, थोड़ी different है इनकी कहानी. Yes, let's take that one. First of all, he got AIR 114, but he struggled a lot. The first mains he appeared was in 2019. 2019. It is, I have attached both the mark sheets, paper of 2019 and 2023. In 2019, he got, in total, he got 819 marks, 819 in mains. No, very standard, very good marks in mains examination. By getting 819 means you're all set to become IAS only. But unfortunately, because of very poor marks in interview, he got just 124 marks in interview, and he missed selection by a few marks. He could not clear this examination that time. Even though as per his mains marks, he was all set to become IAS. As far as his marks in sociology is concerned, that is, it's written here, 281, 137 in paper 1 and 144 in paper 2, 281 in total. No, very satisfying marks, very satisfying marks. Well, in between, I mean, after this, he did not get selection, but in between, he got 5th rank in BPSC, Bihar Public Service Examination, जो Public Service Commission का जो examination होता, he got 5th rank, and he in fact broken all records in this subject, sociology. But as far as his background is concerned, he also did his BTech. He was engineering student, engineering background student. Yes, instead he got, with this subject sociology, he got 5th rank at state level, and in 2023 when he got an opportunity to write mains once again, he managed to get 114th rank. As far as his marks in sociology are concerned, now it's 144 and 141, almost equal marks, 281 in 2019 and 285 in 2023. मतलब कहने का है कि if एक और जो message यहाँ पे आ रहा है, one message, the one that you get from the same, if you are well prepared with this subject, means that in any situation, if it is not possible for you to get through this examination once, or otherwise you're getting a low rank and you're going for improvement, if you're well prepared, you're going to manage minimum the marks you got that time. In fact, you're going to increase it. There is no point to talk about anything like getting your marks reduced to drastically to a very low level. It does not take place in this subject. So this is another point to be noted, my lord. Yes, this is another point, very important point. If you are well prepared and somehow, yes, you are going to write this examination again for any reason, yes, you're going to get good marks in the same. Similar story was there with Abhinav Jain, जो पहला मैंने लिया था, because he also did not get through this examination and to get 14th rank in the very first attempt. It was, I think, his fourth attempt. But in the very first attempt also, he was well prepared. And in fact, in this paper in sociology, he got 296 marks in first attempt by a few marks, 2-3 marks that he missed that time. Second time, he could not clear prelims. Third time, once again, he was interviewed, but that time also he missed, but he missed by just 1 mark, and in waiting list, he was at number 1, and so got Indian Postal Service. But in this fourth attempt, now he managed to get 14th rank. So, like, keep preparing, keep doing hard work. Do not lose your patience, perseverance, consistency. All these things matter for this examination. These examples, why I'm taking these ones, I have hundreds and more than that candidates, but my purpose is not to show their photograph or but to give you the answer of your queries on the basis of a few facts related to their rank, related to their background, related to their marks. That's the basic purpose of the same. So the thing is that, yes, no background is needed. And as far as Akash Garg is concerned, yes, he got 5th rank this year. Again, my classroom student, and it was his second attempt, but seriously, serious attempt was first. It was his first serious attempt. एक तो जबरदस्ती कहीं प्रेशर में आकर दे दिया था. He was not prepared that time. But he himself says that it is the consistency that gave me this particular award. It was my consistency. Yes, he remained consistent, and as far as his background is concerned, he also had engineering background. So background does not matter. The thing is that you must be having proper content, proper understanding, and yes, another thing that there is someone to support you, because you are going to have various problems, and most importantly related to answer writing. So if you have a support system, yes, that problem is solved, and you're going to get out of your potential something parallel to your potential. Definitely you're going to make it out. So that's where, like, background की बात करें तो this is the way you can see the role of background. So even without any, no doubt, if you want to opt engineering subject, if you want to opt science subjects, commerce, law, yes, and any science subject, you need a background. Without that, it is not possible. One more thing, that in those subjects, like suppose you have to opt mathematics, you must be having some background. Either you have done your engineering or you have done your masters in the subject. But remember that all the candidates who opted mathematics, they have certain background in the same. Without background, it is not possible. But in humanities, it is very much possible. Maximum, they do not have background. Yes. So you have a fair chance to get selected, to get good marks in this in such subjects, and particularly in sociology, without any such background. And so of course selection is also connected with the same thing. Clear? So that is thing that related background. Another thing, sometimes people say that just a minute. When I was talking about yes, in essay paper he got 118 as I told you earlier, and in sociology he got because this year in optional subjects generally UPSC did not award the marks up to the level it was awarded last year or last year. Sometimes it happens. So it is some around 30 to 40 marks lesser than what people got last year. So in that way, like he got 268 marks in sociology, in spite of the fact that he got fifth rank, already a fifth rank, means that it is one of the highest marks. It is one of the highest marks. So when you see in other subjects also, you find that generally people got like this, and it is some around 30 or 40 marks lesser than the last year's. So this is all about the UPSC. Overall, you find that like the rank. From with this 1032 marks, he got already fifth rank. Last year, my student Saurabh Sharma with 23rd rank, he got just 3-4 marks lesser than this one. So there was a difference. There is a difference between the two, between 2023 and 2024. Overall marks में differences हैं. So that difference is because of a little low marks were awarded in optional subjects and in all, in fact. So overall he is the highest, one of the highest scorers in the subject. In other subjects also people got like the same, like 270, 275. That is going to be the good marks, or like the most satisfactory marks. That's what we can say. Now another thing which is related to one more part, that is like whether the subject is dynamic or static subject. Sociology. Is it dynamic subject or static subject? Dynamic means it is changing. Every year there is change. That is the meaning of being dynamic. Static means the one which is static. There is no change as such. Okay. To understand whether it is dynamic or static, let's see its syllabus briefly. So this is paper 1, fundamentals of sociology. Sociology, the discipline, sociology as science. This is second chapter, and research methods and analysis. All these things are static. Nothing is dynamic. All these things are static. Now coming to fourth chapter, that is sociological thinkers. And as far as thinkers are concerned, thinkers ने जो कह दिया वो कह दिया. Yes, that is static itself. I have no right, you have no right, no one has any right to change the theory. The only thing you can do, you can criticize, but theory cannot be changed. That is the meaning of, and maximum questions are coming from thinkers only, though it is just one chapter, but maximum questions are coming from thinkers part. Ranging from 50% up to 80% questions have been there from thinkers part. As far as questions are concerned, let me take questions, and in that way to let you know whether it is a dynamic or static subject. So let's take like Karl Marx, पहला नाम. Karl Marx. We have a question. These are the topics, the one that you have to study: historical materialism, mode of production, alienation, class struggle. If I see the question, critically assess Marxian theory of alienation. Marxian theory of alienation. Directly Marxian theory of alienation that critically you have to assess. So first of all you have to present the theory, then after you have to go for critical assessment of the same. So जो theory Marx ने दी है, that's what you have to deal in. You cannot change the theory. Okay, next question. According to Marx, how are human beings alienated from their human potential, and what does he suggest to change this? Again, is theory related to alienation. नाम ही मतलब नाम दिया ही इसमें. Next question is, analyze Marxian conception of historical materialism as a critic of Hegelian dialectics. Historical materialism. And when we discuss this one, well, he actually first criticized his guru Hegel, and he changed the perspective when he said that it is the idea that comes first, and it is that idea responsible to bring change in the matter. That's what was said by Hegel. Marx opposed the same. Marx says that no, it is matter that comes first, and matter brings change in the idea. So that is the meaning of this question. Analyze Marxian conception of historical materialism as a critic of Hegelian dialectics. From the topic as it is. Okay. Evaluate Marx's idea of mode of production. Mode of production. Direct questions are there. So on the basis of questions itself, you can find out that at least paper 1 is static. Let me take some other questions. Let me take another, like next thinker is Emile Durkheim. We have the topics like division of labor, social fact, suicide, religion and society. Fine. Okay, so let me take the question. Critically analyze Durkheim's view on elementary forms of religious life. Yes, religion. And he presented his theory on religion in his book Elementary Forms of Religious Life. This is what is asked. So what was presented by Durkheim, you have to present the same thing. Okay, next question. Explain Durkheim's basic arguments on suicide. On suicide. What are the basic arguments presented by Emile Durkheim? जो Durkheim ने arguments दिए हैं, that's what you have to present. You have to explain. Okay. Next question. Yes, anything you take, like in what way did Durkheim perceive religion as functional to society? Again the same. In fact, when we study religion, when we go in that theory, he has presented that it is functional to society. So that's what you have to present here. In what way it is functional to society? How Durkheim has presented it. So you can take numerous questions to find out that questions directly. Let's take Max Weber. Ideal types of Max Weber. देखो इनके जो क्वेश्चन टॉपिक्स है मैक्स वेबर के, सोशल एक्शन, आइडियल टाइप्स, अथॉरिटी, ब्यूरोक्रेसी एंड प्रोटेस्टेंट एथिक एंड स्पिरिट ऑफ कैपिटलिज्म. ये क्वेश्चन है आइडियल टाइप पे, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम आइडियल टाइप. यस, आइडियल टाइप्स ऑफ मैक्स वेबर आर मेंटल कंस्ट्रक्ट. डेफिनेशन यही है. This is the definition of ideal type, that ideal types of Max Weber are mental constructs, they do not correspond to the reality. So that's what you have to explain, and it is directly from this topic, ideal type. Okay, next is which concept did Weber use to analyze the forms of legitimate domination? It is authority. Authority means legitimate domination. Wherever which concept? It is authority. So you have to explain authority. Discuss the role of Calvinist ethic in the development of capitalism. This one, Calvinist ethic, Protestant or Calvinist ethic and the spirit of capitalism. Direct question is it. So you have direct questions in paper 1. So obviously it's very much static. Now coming to paper 2. In paper 2, when we see the topics, What you find, even thinkers are there in paper 2 as well. See, thinkers, the paper starts, the syllabus starts with the thinkers only, G.S. Ghore, M.N. Srinivas, A.R. Desai. This is this topic, impact of colonial rule on Indian society, social background of Indian nationalism. It's name of a book which is written by A.R. Desai. This is name of the book. Another, modernization of Indian tradition, again name of a book by Yogendra Singh. Then other topics, I mean even these topics, protests and movements during the colonial period, आप उसको change नहीं कर सकते हो, everything is static in that way. Social reforms, yes, static. रूरल एंड एग्रेरियन सोशल स्ट्रक्चर, वेरी मच स्टैटिक, उसमें थोड़ा बहुत कुछ करंट में कुछ डेटा हो सकता है, बट एज फार एज कंसेप्ट एंड थियरी इज कंसर्न, दैट इज स्टैटिक. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट we can take many other, like caste system, again you find thinkers and so their theory, G.S. Ghore, M.N. Srinivas, Louis Duma, Andre Bete, 4 thinkers. Out of these 4, 2 are common. जो पहले हमने 3 देखे थे, तो 2 people are common. So in a way we have 7 thinkers directly, indirectly, 5 thinkers directly by their name, and 2 thinkers by the name of their books. So when you have thinkers, means that even this is also very much static, but there are definitely certain questions where no, some recent data may be required, not much, but some recent data is required. So in a little sense we can say that it is static, but even paper 2 is also mostly dynamic. Sorry, in a little sense we can say that it is dynamic, yes, but mostly even paper 2 also is static. So that is another aspect of the same. As far as questions are concerned, in sociology you find maximum questions are repetitive in nature. I have counted one question from kinship, and that question was repeated 13 or 14 times. 13-14 times one question is asked. Well, so the thing is that each and every question is repetitive in nature. Directly you get the questions, and this is another a fundamental part of sociology, and so also it makes the subject easier, not only for understanding but for writing part as well. Clear? And apart from that, as far as my teaching part is concerned, so I teach you with the help of synopsis. I give you synopsis of each and every topic, and I explain everything in details, well detailed manner that I explain. After that, and everything is given to you for each and every topic. You get proper notes. I do not dictate the things in the class. Dictated notes are given to you in written form, printed form. First of all, you get 2 books from the center, and I mean it is like this. This is for paper 1, and similarly there is another book for paper 2 as well. So this is one, and as far as these books are concerned, these books, the content of these books are presented by me only. Yes, no one else made it. I provided all the material related to same, and that way 2 books were created. Apart from this, for your convenience, I provide, if you are offline student, I provide the hard copy of such type of booklets, like sociology as science, the first subject, first topic we have seen, sociology as science. Then we have research methods and analysis. Similarly, we have many other, for each and every topic I provide you. Social change in modern society, that was chapter number 10. Even for paper 2, tribal communities in India, rural social structure. Yes, so for each and every topic I provide the hard copy of the same. For online students, the same is provided in PDF form. So you don't need to worry about like what you have to study. That's the reason I do not dictate the things in the class. I provide everything in the form of the notes and well articulated notes and like the one that is required for UPSC examination. That's what even Akash Garg says and other students say. I did not study anything other than the notes provided in the class. Just go through this. That is going to be very much sufficient. Still, if you want to study, you can, apart from NCERT books, you can take Harlambas. There are two books written by Harlambas. One is a thinner one, orange or red color. That's written by Harlambas and Heald. And there is another book which is a thicker one. It's blue colored. It's written by Harlambas and Holborn. You can take that thinner one, Harlambas and Heald. You can take that book. But most importantly, if you really want to take some notes from outside, you can rely on IGNOU material. Take IGNOU material BA course only for thinkers part. Another, that is for paper 2. For paper 2, you have to take almost everything, but related to MA course. Masters का जो IGNOU material है, you have to take the whole and you find most of the topics presented there. But yet, what I would tell you that you don't require anything, because I have incorporated everything. I have incorporated things from Harlambas, from Ritzer. As far as thinkers are concerned, thinkers के लिए आप Ritzer या Anthony Giddens में से कोई एक पढ़ सकते हो. But wherever anything which is very important, I provide it. From IGNOU materials, I have provided. From any standard book which is very important, like as far as social movement in India is concerned. जैसे paper 2 में अगर हम बात करें, in paper 2 we have one topic, social movements in modern India. Social movements in modern India. Here we have 5 movements: peasant and farmers movement, women's movement, backward classes and Dalit movements, environmental movements, ethnicity and identity movements. Yes, these movements are provided in a book written by Ghanshyam Shah. So if you want to read, you can go through that. But I provide in the form of crisp notes. I provide everything from the same book, because you get questions from the same, and just rely on that. Just go through that and you find the answer of each and every question related to these topics. So the thing is that you don't worry, I have incorporated everything from all standard books, and now it is all up to you how you make use of those notes. I have explained everything to you in details, and that explanation, like even like your offline student, you get online support as well, and that online support I think is valid for 2 years of time. That is going to help you a lot. And one more thing, what I do in the class, that is very much specific. No one think about of it. In fact, I go for revision in the class. I ask after a few classes, once we have completed a few topics, we go for revision. I ask orally, I ask questions and students reply. They, in fact, they enjoy it. You also enjoy it. That is one aspect. Another, at the end of the session, when it is going to end, that time, considering you as now a little matured, already like test series were going on. For each and every topic, you had to appear for the tests. Yes. But apart from that, I start you practicing in the class itself. I give you a question, write the answer of the same. I check your answers directly in the class. But there's something that I take once I feel that you are matured enough to write answer of a question directly, like I give one topic and you are able to write it. Yes. So all these things are very specific in my class. There's something I do, and students not only enjoy, but they are getting benefited out of it. And that's the reason scores of students every year they are getting selected in this class, in my class. And so yes, subject बहुत अच्छा है. थोड़ा सा मैं उसको सपोर्ट कर देता हूँ, दैट्स इट. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट आई एम टेकिंग द क्रेडिट, बट इट इज ऑल अबाउट योर हार्ड वर्क, योर कंसिस्टेंसी. Yes. So do your hard work, be consistent, and I hope next year, next time, you're going to crack it. So best of all, to all of you, best wishes.